Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down the ideas and arguments shaping the world around us. So today, we're going to deconstruct the marketing for a luxury executive desk. And we're going to see how an everyday object, a desk, can be turned into this powerful symbol of success and ambition.
All right, let's dive right in. I want you to take a look at your own workspace right now. What does it say? Is it just a flat surface holding your laptop? Or does it tell a bigger story? This is the exact question the source material wants floating around in your head before it even starts making its case. So the whole narrative kicks off by pointing out a problem. A problem that it says is pretty much everywhere in the professional world today: the totally sterile, uninspired office. It's basically setting the stage, right? It's suggesting that for a certain type of person, the standard issue desk and chair, well, it's actually holding them back. And this lays out this central conflict perfectly. On one side, you've got the problem, right? The bland and generic desk that just facilitates work. Yawn. But on the other side, you get the promise. A workspace that actually inspires you, that commands respect, and maybe most importantly, that tells your story. The whole argument is crystal clear. Just being functional? Nope, that's not going to cut it anymore. And then comes this bold statement. This is really the core of it. It's laser focused on a very specific audience, the leaders, the visionaries, the high achievers. And it's telling them straight up that their furniture doesn't match who they are. It's not about a wobbly leg or not enough drawer space. No, this is a mismatch of ambition. Okay, so after painting this picture of the generic problem, the source, of course, swoops in with the solution. But here's the thing. It's not just pitching a nicer desk. It's trying to introduce a whole new category of object. This right here, this is the pivot. The ad copy is telling you, point blank, to stop thinking about this as furniture. It's not about the wood, it's not about the screws and the finish anymore. It's an intentional, public declaration of who you are, what you've accomplished, and where you're headed. It's basically a communication tool. And then it talks about how versatile this thing is. But listen to how it frames it. It's not about function, it's about prestige. It doesn't matter if it's in a big executive suite, a fancy home office, or even a reception area. Its one job is always the same: to elevate the space, to project this image of authority and, well, really good taste. All right, so how on earth does a desk actually make a statement? Well, this is where the argument gets down to brass tacks. It shifts from the abstract ideas to the real, tangible features, breaking down how the physical thing is built to deliver on that big promise of prestige. It really comes down to this three-part formula. First, you've got the timeless European vintage design. That's all about suggesting history, permanence, something that isn't just a fleeting trend. Second, bespoke customization, which is just a fancy way of saying it's made just for you. And third, integrated efficiency, because hey, even a work of art has to actually work, right? And let's dig into this customization piece, because it's pretty interesting. This is not just about picking between, black or white. We're talking about choosing premium solid woods like mahogany or walnut, selecting from exquisite finishes, tailoring every single detail, right down to the handles on the drawers. The whole process is framed as bringing your vision to life, which is the complete opposite of just grabbing something off the shelf. Okay, so we've established the physical stuff, right? The solid wood, the fancy design, all that. But now the argument takes its final and honestly its most important leap. It moves past what the desk is physically and into what it represents. This is the real heart of the pitch. And here it is: investment in legacy. Honestly, this phrase is a masterstroke. It completely reframes what could be a huge expense into a smart, strategic investment. Think about that. You're not just buying a thing, you're buying into a concept. You're building your legacy. And this desk, it's now a tangible asset for that whole project. And they don't just leave that word legacy hanging there either. Oh no, they define it for you very clearly. It's an heirloom. It's something that's going to last for ages. And it serves as a testament not just to your success, but to your discerning taste. It's really about proving your status even when you're not in the room. And this is the final promise transformation. The language they use here is, wow, it's almost spiritual, isn't it? Your office stops being just a room where you get stuff done. It becomes a sanctuary, a sacred space that's dedicated to your ambition. It's basically a shrine to your entire professional journey. So, now that we've pulled this whole argument apart, what's the big takeaway here? At the end of the day, it's about the incredible power of telling a story. This is a total masterclass in how to connect a simple physical object to our deepest, most human needs. The need for meaning, for recognition.
When you really boil it all down, this is what's actually being sold. You're not buying a desk. You're buying the ability to command respect. You're not buying wood and varnish. You're buying a reflection of your success. The desk, it's just the vehicle. It's the physical object that delivers on all these deeply human, totally abstract desires. It's the proof of your impact, right there in the middle of the room.
Which, it leaves us with one last thing to think about. This whole argument is about making your environment tell a story. So let's forget about expensive desks for a second. Just look at your own workspace, right now. If it were a book, what would the title be? And more importantly, is that the story you actually want to be telling?